Hey guys, I have blue hair. I did tell you guys that I was planning on going blue, and I did film the process. I just haven't gotten around to editing it yet. Um, so I'm gonna go ahead and do an update on my snake bites. It's been almost a week, so I'm gonna be doing a weekly update on these. And all about the 16 piercings I have and what I want still. So let's get started. First, for those of you who want the snake bites but don't know what to expect, everybody wants to know the pain level. There is no set pain level for any type of piercing for any person. If you watch my actual snake bite video, you can see the first one I just kind of close my eyes and roll them. The second one I don't flinch at all. These are my 15th and 16th piercings. Piercings don't bother me anymore. They never really did. So, for me it was about a 1. So it may be a 10 for you, it may be a 1 for me, maybe a 0 for her, maybe a 2 for him. It all depends. If you have nails or something kind of sharp like tweezers, just kind of, put them where you think you might want your snake bites, and, just kind of hold it there for a second and just see, how much it hurts. But for the most part, you're going to be focusing on the clamps. The clamps are really tight. And if you go to a really good place, they're going to just go 1, 2, 3, poop, and 1, 2, 3, poop, and shove the needles through. And you're rarely going to feel a thing. And then they're going to put the jewelry in and you're done. You're going to have usually a choice between hoops or regular Labrie barbells. I can't think right now. But I would suggest hoops because they're easier to clean, in my opinion. So for the first day, I was like, oh my god, everything's fine. This is going to be the easiest piercing I've ever had. It was just a matter of me getting used to having the hoops on my lips. Wrong. Over the course of about the 5 or 6 days now, it's been really hard. Usually for the first 3 days in the mornings, it was so painful. When I first woke up, it was so painful. Like, I could almost cry. And you're talking to a person who really does not care about pain. It was just terrible, terrible pain. This is a really sensitive area. You have to remember that. But then it got better. So now I'm waking up and it's not all that painful. It's hard to eat, so you just kind of expect that. It's hard to eat food, but you get through it. It's worth it. If you really want the snake bites, it's worth it. So just keep that in mind. As far as cleaning, most piercers are going to tell you to use a Q-tip and saltwater solution to do the outsides, to get the crusties off and such. But I found that it was way too harsh on me. However, with that being said, I do believe in the saltwater method. There is no other way to clean piercings than the saltwater. The antibacterial, in my opinion, my personal preference, is completely outdated. Completely. But it was just too strong for the outside of my lips. So I just moved on to just regular warm water. And every now and then I will use vitamin E oil if it gets too dry on the outside. Now, usually they'll tell you not to use any oils or any gels. Now, don't use any thick gels, but I think if it's oil, you're fine. If it's, because it's really loose, it's like water, it's going to slip right through. It's not going to clog it up. You're going to be rinsing a lot, so you're going to be fine, in my opinion. Once again, I'm not a professional. Can't sue me. But also for the inside, you're going to be told probably to use yellow Listerine. This is just the original Listerine antiseptic. You can find it, you can use off-brand also. You can find it Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, wherever. You're going to be told to use half of that, half water, and rinse every time after you eat, smoke, drink, anything but water. So, moving on, from the snake bites, actually, for one more thing, sorry about the glare on my glasses, guys. My lip is still really swollen, but moving on. Ear piercings. Okay, so I have my regular just ear piercings that everybody, well, most girls have. Then I pierced both of these with 18 gauge needles. I stretched this one and this one to 14 gauge by myself, healed fine. And these are still 18 gauge with puppy paw earrings that my boyfriend got me. I love them so much. This one was pierced with I pierced this one myself. With a 18 gauge needle, and then I stretched it to 14 gauge myself. This one was pierced with a piercing gun. No. 18 gauge. Piercing guns are terrible. Then I stretched it to 14 gauge by myself. I did have blowout on both of these because I went from 18 gauge to 14 gauge like that. Stupidly. So don't do that. Don't do that. So I'm still trying to mend these and get them, healed. Moving down. I have nipple piercings, 14 gauge, healed completely fine. I have a belly button ring. This one was botched when I was 13. The guy pierced it too deep in, so all you could see was the front ball. So I took it out, rejected. Then I went to Electric Dragon Tattoo and Piercing Studio, which is where I get these done. The piercer is Dolly. The tattoo artist is Tammy. They're awesome. They're amazing. They know what they're doing. Go there. They're in the Monroe, Loganville, or the Loganville, Georgia area. So if you live anywhere near there, go there. There is no other place to go. She fixed it for me, so it's healed now. Also, I forgot. I have a nose ring, 18 gauge. Moving down, I pierced my own Christina. It's a general piercing. It's only the mound. It has no sexual reason behind it whatsoever. I call it the vaginal belly button piercing. So yeah, that's pretty much the only reason I wanted it. It's just a cute piercing. So if you want to see what I'm talking about, if you've never heard of a Christina piercing, go ahead and Google it, and it'll pop up. Google image it, it'll pop up a whole bunch of pictures. It has a high rejection rate, so we'll see how that goes. I've had it for about a month now, so it's going pretty well, especially for me doing it myself. Once again, I don't recommend anyone doing piercings themselves. I did use the proper tools to do this. I did get, the clamps and the needles and the gloves and alcohol wipes and things and such and such. But anything can go wrong. Now let's move on to what I want still. I think that was 16 piercings, unless I'm forgetting something I have on my body, because that often happens. Okay. So what I want still, I want my septum, which is probably what I will get next once everything is healed. I do want my tongue. However, my webbing comes all the way to the tip, and that's a genetic problem because one of my smaller cousins had that same problem. So it can be pierced straight into the side, either side, as long as there are no major veins that can be hit. So we'll have to see about that one. I want 2 dermals here. Now, originally I was going to get the anti-eyebrows, which would be the barbells, but I don't want those any longer. I want dermals. I want 2 dermals here, or 1 dermal here. I want both of my tragus pierced, both of my industrials pierced. I want probably my Monroe. I'll probably get pierced. Let's see, what else do I want? Probably forgetting something. That may be all for now. I thought I said I wanted 12 more, but let's see. Septum, tongue, dermal, tragus, industrial. That's 10. Tongue, Monroe. So maybe that's all I want for now. So we'll see. I'm also gonna go to Tammy to get my tattoos eventually. So anyways, if you guys have any questions about any of my piercings, just go ahead and ask me. So yeah, I love you guys. Bye.